Well, good morning, everybody. This is Brady Boy, Bill Karras, at the camera again. We have a bit of a special treat. You don't see many of these. There's only about, I don't know, 15 or 16 or so in the world. An International Harvester 7488 was one of the last tractors that International built. So, and this one is owned by a, well, he's calling it a 1984, and International ceased production in early '85. So it's a J. Graber from Parker, South Dakota. Anyhow, he owns a couple of these, or not a couple of these, he only owns the one 7488, I understand. But he also owns something else down here. Let me stand off to the one side and stay out of the line of fire. Anyhow, it's pretty cool. Really enjoy it. So let's go for a walk now. And Jay also brought a 7788, and this one is half of the total number of 7788s that were built. In other words, there's two of them, and he owns one of them.
They'll be having their tractor parade. Don't miss it. That's on 3rd Street today at 10 a.m. Also at 10 a.m.
And then I got to get out to the tractors because I'm going to be in the tractor parade today. I'm going to be driving in either a 1086, an IH 1086, which is quite a good sized tractor. I guess I'm going to have to back up a little bit. Anyhow, yeah, this is a 1981, they're saying, 7788. Prototype, only 2 built, sold new, and can't make out the writing, but again, Jay Graber out of Parker, South Dakota. I'm going to back up a little bit, see if I can not get run over. Because you have to be back away.
Amongst other exhibits.
So there we go. There's a better look at it. Let me stand still. Okay. People are sometimes too nice. They want to stop and let you take pictures and stuff. But anyhow, a 7788. And to continue with my previous little train of thought,
or if you see someone from
going to drive a Dirt Boys tractor out of Minnesota today.
An official with the Red Power Roundup.
Got these announcements going on
in the right direction. Never hurts to ask.
And
want to emphasize they've got activities for kids going on.
I guess I'll just wait a minute. I'll cut with the talking instead of competing with the sound system. Up here on the left, we have a beautiful 5488. It's a 1970 gold demonstrator, 544 hydro gold demo utility. Say that 5 times real fast. And of course, the ever popular 1066. Back up a little bit so I can kind of get everything in. Get you a little perspective here. The location of the tractors are not really conducive to picture taking. So anyhow, we're going to shuffle on down the road and we'll get down to the Dirt Boys display. Talk to you in a minute. And here we have the little tractor company, half-scale farm tractor replicas. It does an amazing job. Might have seen these earlier in our travels.
Things on the grounds, and we have lots of vendors out here. You want to make sure that you get to all of them. They're vendors in the National Guard Armory.
Anyhow,
on the south side of 3rd Street, the southwest side of the fairgrounds. You can't miss it.
Yeah, our destination's up here ahead where the new International, the new Case IH equipment is parked. So we'll pick up there. Well, I got a couple of spare minutes, and it doesn't look like Danny is at the tractors yet. So Here we have the Farmall land display, a beautiful 1256, a 1206, a V8M, and a selection of smaller compact tractors down there. But I saw something over here that kind of caught my attention. We have, what is it? 10, oops, hit a chuck hole there. 1026 hydro. All the 1026s were hydro. And it's got some unusual front fenders. Unusual front fenders. We'll have a look at those. This tractor looks to be owned by a Lauren Hotzen from Minotaur, Nebraska. So it's kind of interesting. I'm not sure, I'm guessing he made those himself. Never seen that. Never seen that. Seen some on wide fronts, the odd fender, but that's about it.
Watch out, you break your camera.
No, it's gorgeous. Oh, are you? Okay. I'll take that advice then. Oops, sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
I just never seen the fenders like that before. Okay, here we have an 826 gold demo with fenders and a gold demo plow. 544 hydro. This is, who do these belong to? Okay, Dennis Hansen belongs to this from Ruthven, R-U-T-H-V-E-N, Iowa. Anyhow, and he owns, I guess, both of these 544s. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting combination here. Yeah, no wonder. Zoom out here a little bit. No wonder I was having trouble getting everything in. Had too much zoom action going on. Okay, well, we'll just head across the street here. We'll pass through Farmall Land's collection of Cub Cadets, and I believe this is a fairly small portion of the Cub Cadets that he has. So beautiful though. 982, 782 diesel, 682, and a 1282. Beautifully done. '8230, a 36 row planter pulled by a 470. But anyhow, okay, there's Danny over there chatting with somebody. So we'll go see what's up. Well, here we are cruising along in the world famous 5388. Going for a cruise, going to be in the tractor parade. Danny's trying to figure out where in the heck we're going to go. Anyhow, we'll blip off here for a minute. So we're just sitting here lying down, we're queued up, checking out the area. Lots of people looking at me, looking at them. We get moving, we'll crank her up again. Give her a little gas. Like a 400 behind us, 55 400, and a 350 back there, and I don't know what else. We're starting to queue up. I drove the 1066 the last time for Danny, and I wasn't checked out yet on the 1086, so he's driving that, and I've driven this a couple of times before. So the red throttle is the go juice, and this lever over here does everything else. It's an 18-speed power shift. You just keep pushing that little lever together, or excuse me, forward, and obviously the Further forward you go, the higher gear you're in. So, okay. Well, here's the parade, folks. Taking pictures of everybody taking pictures of us. And you can see we got a pretty big crowd today. Everybody's enjoying. Everybody's enjoying. They don't want me to lag behind too much. I guess they want us to keep moving. Friend I just made, Jim, took some still pictures of his 1468 yesterday. Just a gorgeous tractor. Beautiful. He and I were just joking that I thought I was at the end, thought that Danny and I were about the end of the parade, but apparently we weren't. So, oh, there's a little Super B with an International on the covers, a little V8 engine, or maybe that's a V8. That's got four plugs on this side. So some serious engineering. Use a 57 450 here. Phil Raines out of Lucerne, Indiana. Some of these folks hauled some tractors a long ways. They hauled tractors a long ways. This looks like a family event. Looks like a young dad there on an F20 and the son on a little International Cub lowboy. And there comes Ma with some more kids on another Cub lowboy. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We'll go over and have a word with her here. I take it this is a family event here?
Yeah.
Okay, Mom, Dad, and the kids? Okay, good on you. Looking good.
We lost Dad somewhere back there.
Well, yeah, I was just telling your husband. I thought we was at the end of the crew, and we're already back in park here already.
Really?
And, yeah.
Holy
So
cow, you guys did good there.
really long parade.
It is.
There was like a million tractors in front of us.
Yeah.
Have a good one. Enjoy.
People showed up.
Yeah, good. Beautiful. Here comes the 706. It's unrestored. And it looks like it's an old International mule here, a shop mule. And it just goes on and on. Here comes somebody from the little tractor company that does the half-scale tractors. They have 3 or 4 of those here today. And they do an incredible job. They pretty much custom build every one. It's whatever you want, I guess. This one here is fashioned after a 1206, and it's a little diesel. And you can see on the front of the wagon there, he's got the pictures of his various tractors that he's created. Looks pretty cool. Custom built half-scale tractors. TheLittleTractorCompany.com. A little free advertising here for him. And the parade keeps on a coming. A 52 Super C here of Don Myers, Paynesville, Indiana. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of folks haul tractors along. And here's a nice rig. It's a 1959, right here. 1959 560 LP. Gorgeous. Alvin and Darlene Walsh from Grove City, Minnesota. And has the mounted rotary hoe on the back there. International number 4 it says on it. So that's kind of something neat over there. 806 I believe it is, with a 3-row 2-way plow. Rotate, get to the headland, bring the plow up, rotate it, drop your other set of wheels right down in the furrow, and away you go. Okay, let's go get on the run. Well, we're actually on 3rd Street now. 1206 just went by. There's a 200. There's an Ice M. A little Cub Cadet. A really nice F20. Beautiful. Okay. And here we have a 4368. Looks to be pretty original. Pretty amazing. Tough to hold steady here this morning. We got a pretty good breeze coming along, so anyhow. And we've got an H flying a flag. A little lady up in the cab there getting a ride with probably Dad. So really nice little 350 utility coming here. I'm assuming it's a 350. Yeah, it's a 350. Sometimes they're kind of tough to distinguish from the 330s. And we have a 504 coming here, and if that is correct, it must be a really early 504. They had the radiator cowling was painted white. So I don't know. Maybe that's just a little artistic license there. We don't know. I think I'm going to move down the street a ways and hook up with Tony and Carol. See what they got to say this morning. Well, here's another shot of the gorgeous 1468. Jim, I can't remember his last name. He and I chatted a fair bit yesterday. Really, really gorgeous. Really looks nice. Really looks nice. And here is the flip side of that Super B. Of course, there was no such thing as a Super B, especially with a V8. It's quite a masterpiece of engineering, that's for sure. Ooh, I just didn't want to step down. I'll stay up here in the curb. Okay, what do we got here? Really nice. Very well done. 57, 450. A lot of the guys have the little plastic magnetic plaques on the side, mounted on the frame there. Unobtrusive, and it makes it easy to identify everything.
Yep. How you doing there?
Well, here's a real nice Super C. Pulling a spreader. I would have thought that when that spreader was full, that might not be all that Super C wanted, but I guess in parade mode, it looks really good. Here comes a 1206 that looks like it's, yeah, probably quite a nice original condition. Maybe just hose it off a little bit. Looks pretty good. A young lady and a young gentleman up there on the platform. A nice little Cub Cadet 782. Pulling his little IH cart. Well, here we are, and I was here, I think yesterday. We were looking at the baler. And yesterday was the first day of the show. Today's the second official day of the show. It's Friday. And so we're just carrying on down in the big, long 600-foot building. And I'm going to go over and have a look at a TD24. As you can see quite a bit from a distance. It's a big, huge devil. Really amazing. Really amazing how big that thing is. It's a monster. I don't know if the 24 was the biggest thing they made or if they ever did anything a little bit. It seems to me I've heard something about a 30, but I don't know. So anyhow, and we got some cubs and a bee. And back here a little ways, we got a TD18. And that's real nice looking. That's a beautiful looking, beautiful crawler. Looks like he's put a lot of time and effort into that. And here we have a McCormick combine. Let me see. Let me get a little closer. You get close enough to read the sign, and you can. It's a 1952 SP-127 out of Mitchell, South Dakota. So anyhow, it's very few of those around, I'm guessing. Okay. Now over on this side we have mostly smaller displays, all kinds of paraphernalia, parts, what have you. Pretty incredible collection here. And here we got a corn sheller. It's a number 30, it says. And they've got it belted up to a B. And let's see here. A TD9 crawler. This is a 1938. No, I'm sorry, 58. A 1958 TD9 91 series. Also from Mitchell, South Dakota. Brent Mutzinger. And as always, I apologize for mangling the names of everything. Beautiful 41M with the disc plows on the back, which I think this is like maybe the first one I've seen in person. Just didn't see those around Brady Township. And here's the display of international trucks. They got an audio-video program going there on the TV. This is a universal power shovel. It says 1929 down there on the board. Model B gas shovel, 3/4 swing, 3/8 yard capacity, powered by International Model F20. So probably the only thing international on it would be the engine and the front end, the gas tank that they took the front part of a tractor off. Oh, you're fine, no problem. So really nice though. Here's some posters. This is concerning the building of the Hoover Dam. They used international trucks. I don't know if it was exclusive, but I think the vast majority were international trucks. And as I have heard, they used international trucks because the international trucks had a 2-speed rear end, or they had, so they had 2 speeds in reverse. So a lot of construction work they could drive in, but then they had to back out. So anyhow, and here is a 1935 C35 of Ronald Bonner's, B-U-E-H-N-E-R, from Emery, South Dakota. And it's a beauty. It's gorgeous. A lot of time and effort into that thing. Just the bed must have cost him more elbow grease than the law allows. It's like it's lacquered and built and just gorgeous. And here's a really nice little collection of the little McCormicks. They've got a W12, an O12, a Fairway 12, and an I-12. So they have the entire collection here. And let me see who, a Gene Austad, A-U-S-T-A-D, from Oldham, South Dakota. Really kind of cool. They're awfully small tractor. I didn't appreciate how small they really were. So little fairway is really nice. Really nice. Really like that. And right next door, we've got a F30 high crop rice special. It's 1936 from Hardington, Nebraska. But it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I think I'm going to have to try to stop here, take a pause, and get a picture of this. It's really gorgeous. So, and I think I might have taken some video of this yesterday, but it's worth a second look. How often do you get to see the last IH tractor come down the assembly line? In, I think it was February 1985. I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. You can usually count on that if you say something in public. Anyhow, and here is the first Farmall regular that was sold. Not the first one built, from my understand, it's the third one built, but it was the first one actually sold. So, and they belong to, well, it's CNH now, Case New Holland. The International seems to have dropped from the lexicon of the name. Of course, I think they're, I don't know if they're still owned by Fiat or not. The players change so often, it's ridiculous. Here's a 22, a McCormick 2236. Looks real nice. And we'll just have a bit of a stroll through here. This is the first of the 6 decades of dealerships. And these are tractors from the 20s, late 20s. Because the first Farmall was 1923. So we've got a really nice WD-40, an F30, and an F30, looks like F30 maybe high crop. It's got that tall front end under it. Really beautiful. Really nice wagon and cart combination we got here. Some early stuff. There's an auto buggy over here. It's licensed, so I guess maybe they take it for a spin down the road once in a while. I've definitely decided that even though this is not my first roundup, you just never see it all. You just can't possibly take pictures and or video of everything. It's just incredible. Just overwhelming. And you see over here in this corner some horse-drawn implements. Because the Farmall regular was the machine that pretty well took the horse and mules out of business. Took a few years to do it. That's the way it was. Here's an IHC 1530 horsepower. It says kerosene tractor. Here's another auto carriage. Let's see if I can get a name on here. It's a 1913. Looks like the Sweeter family from Lenox, South Dakota. And a 1020 Mogul, a 1918. So this is the really early stuff down at this end. This is from the beginning. This is from before Farmall. Here's a 1020 Titan, 1922. And again, the Sweeter family. They own a pretty good collection here, it looks like. It looks like they've got a pretty good collection. Let me see who owns this. Yeah, the Sweeter family. So they've got, in this truck they've got, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All these vehicles are the Sweeter families here. Fantastic collection. Fantastic collection. Hope the family carries on the tradition for some time. Okay, here's a F30 high crop, also owned by the Sweeter family, so they've made a pretty huge contribution to the displays here. Again, they're WD-40. Just a gorgeous tractor. Again, the Sweeter family. So they've got it. They've got it. Here's something from Jay Graber's collection. It's a 1930 regular with the cultivator. Jay comes from Parker, South Dakota, and if you may remember from earlier today, I was taking some video of his 7488 and his 7788, the two big monsters outside at the south end of this building. So.
See you, Howard.
And here's the gentleman responsible for this organization of this building, Mr. Howard Raymond, aka Nebraska Cowman. And he's trying to figure out his cell phone. Good job, Cowman. You did yourself proud. I'm getting the eye there. He's working on his phone, so we won't harass him anymore. What's that?
Send this picture to a guy.
Oh.
See.
Are you trying to text it to him, or? Well, over here we have kind of the little brother of the No, go ahead, guys. I can see over the top of you. It's kind of the little brother. We looked at an F-35 here a little earlier. Oh, thank you. Sorry. But this is a C-30 from Webster, South Dakota. That's a gorgeous thing. I really love this. Really nice. It's gorgeous. Somebody put a lot of time and effort into this puppy. Okay. Well, we'll just carry on up the way here. So we've come up one side of the 600-foot-long building. We're back here at the shovel. Oh, I don't know if I caught a look at this. What is this? One of the track tractors, obviously. It's a 1931 Model 15, owned by Bob Peterson of Loveland, Colorado. So he hauled this thing a ways as well. It's really nice, though. Nice looking machine. Nice looking machine. Well, I'm looking outside here, out the big door. Don't see any rain coming down. Here's a 41H from, looks like Renner, South Dakota. So this would have been a war era. Well, I don't know. The war didn't start till the very end of 41. So, but it's on steel. And I know during the war, a lot of those tractors were on steel only because all the rubber was going to the airplane factories, or the tire factories, and then to the airplane factories. So here's a 47 TD6 from Renfield, South Dakota. Boy, there must be a lot of barns off the beaten path here in South Dakota that people are hiding stuff in. Kind of amazing. Kind of amazing. This is all war memorabilia stuff that a gentleman brought in, and International Harvester made weapons during the war. So let me sneak up and get a look at that P-51 for all the airheads that we have. I'm sorry, the aircraft aficionados on the forum. Nice B-29. So, and here's our U.S. Army 851287 PE97H. So, owned by Ryan Peters, Maxwell, Iowa, 1942. So I'm sure Uncle Sam had dibs on that to begin with. Here's a really beautiful 40A. So this would have been the second year of production. And here is a nice M by Ron Ballman, 39. So this would have been the first year of production for this. And it has, what I understand, because the tie rods are in front of the axle, the original factory equipment on these. It's a beauty, isn't it? That is nice. Yeah.
Sitting with a friend of mine, he said he's got a 39. They only made them 2 years a certain way.
Yeah.
Well, this is an M, his is an H. There's differences.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Well, okay, here's another, the flip side of that 24. It's a monster. It's a monster, but it's great. Okay. Well, let's cruise down this way. I've long since given up on trying to figure out what I've taken pictures of and what I haven't. W6TA, Super W6TA, beautiful, 1954, belongs to Jim Smith, Brentford. I think I was chatting with Jim Smith earlier today. He had his 1468 in the parade. Here's another Super W6TA. Really nice International 600, which was kind of the step up from the W9. Here's a beautiful Super MD. Yeah, and this is, we've been through this area yesterday. This is where all the electrols are hanging out. So just really nice tractors. Here's a nice plow and Super MTA combination. Another 54. Okay, well, here I am again. 450 LP. Beautiful, just beautiful tractor. And that 350 is gorgeous as well. But my battery light is flashing, so I'm probably going to lose you any minute. Fortunately, we're pretty much to the end. We got this this IH number 101 combine here, and we looked at. I'm pretty sure that we looked at some of this stuff yesterday, because here's the 806 Wheatland. 806 Wheatland, 826. It's a Hydro. 1206, an 826 gear drive gold demo. Of course, 1970 is all the gold demos were. And here's the a beautiful W400 56 model, 460 utility and a 460 row crop. Really nice 460. You see a zillion 560s, but you just don't see. So this was the well. We got us a fresh battery in here, so, and I'm going to kind of wrap it up. Here's looks to be in a fairly original condition, 67 656. A real nice 806 Wheatland 65 model. Here's that big 68 4100. Some of these tractors you kind of get back a ways to get a decent overall look at them. Yeah, I think a fair number of these I've taken pictures already. But like I say, I can't remember. So here's another brass tacks 450. I think there's a couple of those here. Really nice though. A 650 Wheatland LPG. Sneak around the beam here. Oh, I'm sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there. Yeah, that's nice. Super M, Super H. Really nice 806 here. I'm gonna have to get a different angle on this baby. Let's go across the street here. Yeah, James Jarding from something Falls, South Dakota. Okay, let's get out of this place. Well, here we are in what they're calling the chapters building. All the various IH chapters are represented here, and certainly not every chapter, but a lot of the chapters are represented here. And they've got a table, and you can get a hat or a t-shirt or a sticker for your windshield, or I mean your rear window, or your beer fridge or something. So anyhow, they got this row of tractors. There's a big 250 Magnum, and there's a Case IH, which is an older tractor. It's a 7110, and really nice. I think I may have to try to get a still photo of that. If nothing else, just to send it to Tony Ramos. So I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a scan here, and then I'm going to shut this off and take a picture. Well, here we are in the truck and scout and travel-all display area. Big barn. Probably has livestock in it most of the time. Looks like it has bleachers, so maybe it's a sale arena once in a while. But doesn't seem to be real conducive to taking still photos. So here's a 1980 Scout Traveler. This one here looks like it's a daily driver. Travel-all, a 1010. This is a 1980. Here's a 77 Scout Traveler. And this looks to be in a really, really, really nice condition. Somebody's obviously spent a lot of time and money on that one already. See if we can back up a little bit and miss the glare. Pretty tough too. Here's a 61 Scout out of Madison, Wisconsin. Kind of nice. How did you get my Uncle Ed's pickup?
Not your Uncle Ed.
No, he lived in Flint, Michigan. But boy, I tell you what, this is as close as I've seen since I was about 8 years old or 9. Anyhow, 56 International, it's gorgeous. And here's another 56. This is an S100. So it's a beauty, as so many of them are here. A couple of Scouts got plates on them, so they presumably get driven fairly regularly. Here's a Scout Diesel, an 80, well, it doesn't say here. Just says all original, Lake Wilson, Minnesota. Claire Fest, F-E-S-T-E, 1980. 1980 it says. Wow. Somebody's taking some pretty good care of it. All of these are drivers. They're all licensed. Here's a 47 KB5. I'm going to have to get up a little closer to this yellow job here to see what it is. It's an R200 out of Freeman, South Dakota. Beautiful shape. There's an L1 130. Yeah, that R200 is beautiful. Spent a lot of time and effort onto that one. This is the 52 L130. So it's got an SD 200 engine in it from Hitchcock, South Dakota. No plates on it, so maybe they hauled it here. '79 Scout. Yep, says 79. Here we go, beautiful. This one's in beautiful shape. Got a winch on it. Scout 2, 1980. From Kansas. And here's a part of somebody's fire department. Got a camper on it, 68, 1100. Delton Beck, Ree Heights, South Dakota. Guess this one here, I'll have to walk around to the other end. Old binder implement. Bendersville, USA. And it looks like a driver. Plates, aftermarket wheels. And this is a 55 R100, which is probably what my uncle had, as opposed to the S100, which that gentleman over there said was kind of rare. So, some beautiful trucks here. Well, here's a 2006 4400. No year or any identification on this one. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. 1960. I was going to say late 50s, early 60s. An L190 all-wheel drive fire truck. At least that's probably what it was. There's a nice Lodestar over here, this red job. It's a Lodestar 1600, 63 model. Looks like somebody still uses it on a fairly regular basis. And I'm not seeing any identification on this one. Oh, yep, there's a big sign on the side, Bill. Okay, 1951, owner Stannis Malsom. Purchased May 28th, 1951 by Joe Malsom. So that's probably his dad, maybe grandpa. Original cab, paint, scratches and dents, acquired with age. I guess so. Now here's a real sweetie over here. Let's have a look here. It's a KBS 14, 1947, out of Hardington, Nebraska. Gerald Fisher. Anyhow, back to this truck. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. 49 Lacrosse, equipped with walking beam suspension. It's a beauty. Only 216 ever made. This is serial number 1. So this is not only exquisite, but incredibly rare. No wonder he's got it, and I'm sure he's hanging on to it. Let's go around the other side and see what he's got to say about it. Wow. The first out of 216, that's pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. Truck is usually driven, not hauled. Hope you like it. Yes, indeed, we love it. There's a Fleet Star 2000 diesel. It's got plates on it, so it seems to be driven regularly. It's a 1971 model out of Tracy, Minnesota. Let me back up again here. Yeah, that is nice. It is nice. Okay, I'm going to shut this down and go for a stroll and see what else we stumble into with the 25th 2014 Red Power Roundup. at the State Fairgrounds in Huron, South Dakota. And this is the second official day of the show. Talk to you later. Bye. Okay, here we have a Lankota Inc. Huron, South Dakota display. 9120 combine. Oh, and remember that 1026 we were looking at this morning that had fenders on the front wheels? Maybe that's where that guy got that. This is where that guy got that idea from. Anyhow, the head from this combine, like I said, a 9120 axial flow Case IH. Nice looking beast. Okay, we're going to take a spin down this row of tractors here. 69 1456 Bob Clark. Got the big deep oil pan and the belly tank. So don't see that very often. His 1206. He also has the 1206 Wheatland inside the big building. Oh, excuse the sneeze. Whew. So here's a 57 350. Owner and restorer Clayton Ness. And that's Mr. Bob Clark over there telling a story to the guys that are listening to him. Bob is out of Hillsboro, Wisconsin. Got a really nice little 48 Cub here, which I think was like about the first year that they were made. 47, 48, right in there, wouldn't swear to it. Here's a nice 72 1066 Hydro with front wheel assist, and a nice full weight rack, and it's got a buddy chair up there, a parade chair probably for the grandkids or something. Looks like that's pretty sturdy. Got a seat belt on it and everything to keep the little ones from tumbling out of there. Okay, a 44M, an 826 custom or a custom 826. I'm not sure what goes in front. I think it's an 826 custom, or at least that's the way Eugene Kahn from Roscoe, South Dakota has it labeled. So not many of those around at all. Some of these tractors we may well have seen in the parade today, and I apologize, but not too heartily, about not getting much of the parade today towards the end, because as you could see from earlier footage, I was in the parade driving the Dirt Boys 5388 prototype replica, and this is a pretty wicked W9 here. Yeah, I think that must have been a special order. And after that little failed attempt at humor, a 56 300. Backing up a little bit here. 53 Farmall Super M. It's a real nice H with incorrect fenders. I'm not a real stickler for some things, but that does look a bit odd. Here's a 52 Super H with looks to be kind of original equipment cultivators. This looks like it was before hydraulics. I don't know. It's got the levers up there. Here is the 806 I took pictures of the other day at Slumberland, which is downtown. I think just north of the tracks, right on the edge of the tracks, as a matter of fact. And it's a 67 Mike Rogers, Worthington, Minnesota. really very nice. Not entirely correct, I suppose, because his weight rack is painted white as opposed to red. And he's got a lot of, looks like he kind of cleaned off the paint on the bolt heads. They're silver on the outside and actually red around the edges. Here's two of my favorite tractors. Really, for whatever reason, I've grown real fond of these two 404s. They're both owned by Rex Balcom out of Mitchell, South Dakota, which is only about 50 miles to the south of here. You just don't see many 404s to begin with, especially 404s that are this nice. And then you have the pair. You have the row crop version, and then you have the utility version. So, and it's got the underslung muffler system. So, pretty cool. And as we just continue our little stroll down memory lane here, 560 LP gas, 55 100. I think maybe we've seen these tractors before, but what the heck. Quite a nice 606. It's a 1963 model. Anyhow, we're just kind of wandering aimlessly here now. Got to remember to get down to, oh, nice 57 330. Got to remember to get down to Mike Link's place. Triple R restorations, 88 series restore on the Red Power Forum. Looks like a bunch of us are going to hopefully meet there. Just as curiosity, this is the Alabama Chapter 23. Not really displayed, just kind of a courtesy setup here. The Bodines, or the Bodine family, heavy into IH out of northern Alabama, and they cut up some watermelon every day. So that's what's going on here right now. Just kind of a refresh, relax, and take it easy and do some socializing. So that's what's going on right here. That's what's going on right here.